First fish of the day. Nice calico. Good job, Kevin. After we were through fishing for the day and on our way in, I asked Kevin to recap the day. I'm going to play that at the beginning of this as a prelude of what's to come.
All right, this is Kevin. We're out here on San Diego Bay with John, my saltwater fishing guru. And we had an interesting day. This is the first day for me bringing the bass boat here out on saltwater. We started in the dense fog in the dark of night, and we're ending up about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Maybe 15, 20 fish between us, something like that. The neat thing about it was we caught. We did the San Diego Bay trifecta. We caught a sand bass, spotted bass, and a calico bass. We caught one sculpin. He was a bruiser. Nice fish. We caught a couple of Spanish mackerel, and one small halibut, and sent them all back home to make babies. So we had a great time. Interesting day on the water. We ended up improvising using a lead head with basically squid and shrimp on it, right?
Yes.
Somehow that, more than anything else, worked. So we'll stick with that plan maybe next time we come out. Merry Christmas to all.
Thank you. In these following scenes, we're both fishing with the same lure that Kevin fashioned together, but he's having a much higher success ratio, and I think it's because he downsized in line. Now he's using a 16-pound line, and he's using it on a spin cast, which will get a lot more of a vertical drop when you cast right alongside those floating bait cages that are presumably full of sardines. Also, I noticed he's using a little bit slower retrieve, so there's something to keep in mind the next time you're out there fishing the bait barges. We fished the entire length of this bait dock, and one thing that became crystal clear was that the highest concentration of fish, feeding fish, was right below the colony of sea lions. Now I know an adult sea lion will weigh up to 800 pounds and will eat 40 of these fish per day, the kind like you see us catching. So I find that kind of interesting that these biting fish would be right there in amongst the sea lions. It tells me two things. Don't be afraid to fish around sea lions. And the second thing is, don't worry about them depleting the fish stocks, because it seemed like everything was really working right here. One thing that's always put me off about the bait barges during the day is a large amount of boat traffic. But as you can see, there's nothing to fear from that. The bite was so steady that when the whistleblower or one of the other whale watching tours would return, we had become one of the landmarks. And they would announce us over the loudspeaker. And right on cue, Kevin would swing on a fish and stick a bass, swing him over the side and release him for the crowd, and everybody would look up and wave to us. It was kind of fun. We made a move to Shelter Island, and in 50 feet of water there was so little current now that we were able to drop the 1/4 ounce lead heads almost vertically straight down to the bottom. But Kevin was able to coax a bite out of our largest sand bass all day, and that was followed by a halibut I often find it during these slack times. That's when I will catch my halibut. Up to this point, we had not caught a spotted bay bass all day, and we needed that to round out the 3 bass species, the calico that we started out with in the morning, and then the sand bass, and now we needed a spotted bay bass. So we made a short move over to the ABC reefs, and on the first reef, Kevin caught a small, real small one. On the second reef, he caught one that was much larger than the first one, and then he caught a third one that was the largest spotty of the day. That's going to be it for this fishing report. This is John Pavlak saying goodbye.